man, you guys have way too many cameras in here.
Yeah,
That's
tell me
scary.
about
I mean,
it.
if I get up, I want, like, pull my drawers out of my butt or something. I can't do it.
I've done it.
Yeah. How do you manage? You get under the table?
You just realize that you're going to be on YouTube and you deal with it.
I mean, I can't be pulling my drawers out.
No worries. All right, we got a caller who's been on hold for quite some time, and then after...
What were we talking about? You forgot.
No. We were talking about the benefits in college football. Right. So let's get to our... let's do this before our caller, because I know he's got some things to say, and he's a long time. He's one of the celebrity callers that we have in the city. So what is your idea, Mix, on how college athletes can get a piece of the pie for all the money that they bring into the...
You know, this has been something that's like everybody knows what's real. I mean, they're getting pimped out, and nobody wants to say it for what it is. And it's the coolest hustle on earth. Right? It's cheaper. I don't want to own a pro team. If I can run a college program, I don't have to pay the players. Yeah, you're paying for a scholarship, but that's less than you can give away 10 scholarships for the cost of the average salary in the NFL. Right. So to me, if you're going to pimp them out, there needs to be some kind of rev sharing, obviously, because the Notre Dames of the world that are going to, the Alabamas, the big programs are going to take all the dough. But you need to have some systematic rev sharing. And I don't give a damn about some female volleyball player. No offense, but I'm talking about the guys that are bringing the revenue.
Sure.
You know, I mean, if it's female volleyball that brings the revenue.
It's mostly football.
Same thing. Yeah, it's mostly football.
Some basketball in some schools' cases, but mostly football.
You take that money, you distribute it evenly across the major schools, and you start giving these cats, even if it's just a per diem, something so they don't have to do things like steal a set of headphones out of Best Buy. That's silly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's silly that these kids have to see the money. It's right there, and I can't, what if he blows his leg out? That's why it cracks me up when I heard Softy debating, and I forget who it was that was going to come back and play another year. And he's like, come back and play another year. I'm like, why? Why? You can go back and buy the school. Why come back, blow your knee out? Yeah, it makes Softy happy because it's a Husky for one more year.
Sure.
But why come back and blow your knee out when you're not getting paid? Go get the paper and come back and finish your education. So I think if you want these kids to stay in school, maybe you should make it more interesting by letting them share some of that revenue they're bringing in.
I agree. I agree to some extent. I don't know if they should get cash or if they should get some form of gift cards around town to go to the movies and go shopping, something like that. Because the minute you start introducing cash, it's real easy to slip another element of booster money in there, because now they got money, so if they have money, there's nothing suspicious about it. I'm
going to tell you why I said cash, because, and I get that. I get the movies and all that stuff, but John Thompson said something about Allen Iverson that blew my mind about one time. He said that I was going to talk to Allen Iverson about staying in school. He said, and then I opened his refrigerator. And I never forgot that. I'm like, wow, that was deep. There was nothing there.
Yeah.
And it's like, this kid's got to eat, and he's got a family that he has to feed. And coming back to college would be great. They need to eat now. And that's the dilemma that a lot of athletes have to deal with. Now, you have exceptions to that. Right? You have a, Ivy League quarterback that, his dad's a billionaire. Well, yeah, he can hang out as long as he wants to, but for every kid, that's not an option. And then now I'm going to get on some of the kids. How many cats are going to take communications? What the hell is that? I'm sorry, man. I see athletes take communications, and then you hear them in an interview, and they can't communicate.
Yeah.
So what did you learn?
Like, we try to get the ball down low, we feed the rock down, 110%, and other people, you know what I'm saying? And then they looking at, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I think I know what you are saying.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you took communications. So some of you cats that are getting these free educations need to understand you're probably not going to go pro. Get some meat on your head and go make some paper.
Let's take a call from our man, Commando Dave. What's up, Commando?
Hey, you guys. Good to hear both of you. Great show today. You know I'm the biggest Cap Macker fan out here, so you don't need star power for me to call, buddy. But at the same time, I'm a big Sir Mix-a-Lot fan, so it's good to hear you back on the airwaves, Mix. Been a while, buddy, and it's really good to hear a brother back on KJR since the Gross left. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Last time I saw you, we were down at the little spot down there by the Dome. What's the little spot they used to broadcast from?
The Pyramid?
No. We were at the little restaurant
Sneakers?
there, man.
FX McCrory's.
Yes, FX McCrory.
That's a funny story, Captain. We're down there for the book signing for the great book of Seattle Sports List, and we're hanging out in the lobby. talking for a minute, and a dude rolled up on us and wanted our autographs because he thought we played for the Seahawks. Remember that, Mix?
And I'm like, yeah, I'm the gut lineman.
Hey, man, and I'll say this. I'm glad you're not going to raise the 12th man flag because after losing in week 1 against the Cardinals, the Seahawks don't need any more jinxes. And you,
No more jinxes, man.
no, not at all. And you said you threw out the first pitch at the Mariners, but for the record, you threw out 2 first pitches, okay?
2 first pitches. You're right. I forgot about that. So the first pitch I threw out, I lobbed it, and it bounced. I told the dude before the camera was still on to throw the ball back. Throw the ball back now. So the catcher threw the ball back, and I threw one over the plate.
First pitch by Sir Mix-a-Lot, Seattle rap legend. Baby got back and Posse on Broadway, and that's a 1-hopper for a strike. You know what? Because we're in a generous mood tonight, let's go back and give him another shot. There you go. He gets it all the way there.
But, man, while we were down there at FX McQuarrie's, you were gracious enough, Mix, to do a quick and very funny video for my website, JohnClaytonDammit.com. Man, tell the story about John Clayton calling you up and asking about Dana Stubblefield.
Oh, man. So John Clayton called me on the phone. And wanted to talk. I thought he wanted to talk sports. And this is back when I'm a big Niners fan.
Yeah.
And he said, he asked me to name a lineman that could clear things out with his backside. So I said, Dana Stubblefield, right? Okay. I thought that was the end of the joke. He wanted me to elaborate on what it is about Dana Stubblefield's ass that made it so effective. I'm like, oh, come on, dude. I mean, so we talked on the phone. We did interview for about 15 minutes talking about one man's butt. I was like, John, man, you got to find other things to talk about, bro. Real talk. He was serious, though. He wanted to talk about players.
Oh, man.
If anybody knows about back, you should know. Mix, great to hear you back on the airwaves, man. Great stories. Keeping it real all the way through, man. I've enjoyed every single minute of this show. Captain Mapker, way to do it, buddy. Thank you.
Right on, man.
Commando. Glad you called. Thank you very much. All right, that's going to do it for us. Before we go, the one question, I still have like 100 questions I never got to ask you, so we've got to do this again.
Wait. Ashley just texted a question. Ashley. 9 inches, Ashley. Shoe size?
Yeah, shoe size. That's very good. All right. So we got to do this again, but before I let you go, taking yourself out of the equation, who is the best rapper, hip-hop guy you have ever heard?
Rakim.
Rakim
is the man.
What makes him the man?
Because Rakim's style, if you go back and look at his peak in the 80s, if you listen to Rakim's style, it's still in hip-hop. You hear it in Jay-Z, you hear it in everybody. You hear it seriously, everybody. Everybody from Luda to Jay-Z to Kanye, that style, and they'll never deny it either. You'll never hear a rapper diss him, ever. That's how great, Rakim to me is the greatest rapper of all time. Eminem, comes a close second.
I sure do like Eminem.
Eminem is devastating, man. Real talk. Not the guy you want to battle.
No! He tears people up.
Hey, when MTV come to my house, what do you think about it? They can tell me anything. Eminem talked about your mama. Well, my mama's feet did speak that day. You have to look at it from Em's point of view, because you do not want to battle that guy. Like Cool J in his prime.
I love him. Hey, man, this has been so fun. You did a great job. I hope you plan on spending some more time on the airwaves with us.
Yeah, man, we'd like to come by and take over the airwaves, get Ashley in trouble with her boyfriend, stuff like that.
I just got confirmation you're both welcome at the Dove Pub.
Is Sophie
So
there?
good news.
No.
Oh, good. Sophie will whoop our ass.
Change after you're not welcome.
It's
Just mix.
Dogman.com, guys, coming to you live from the Dove Pub in Kirkland. Sir Mix, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm out.
Don't even think about victories. No. Capture the Sonic, you might get left out of time. You can get your skill from the comics, and if you win, it's ironic, but not at all.
Tell you my John Clayton story. The last time I talked to John Clayton, ask him am I telling the truth. He called me on the phone and said, Mix, who has the biggest ass in the NFL? No, I'm serious. The man asked me about Dana Stubblefield's ass. That's the last time I talked to him. What kind of
bullshit is that? I mean, I'm no sports expert, but the booties I sing about, John, are on females. So you know that. Damn it, John Clayton, dammit.com.